We are Sorted, a group of mates who have your back when it comes to all things food. From cooking battles to gadget reviews
it's not worth it.
and cookbook challenges to a midweek meal packs app.
Crack your eggs, bake.
We uncover the tools that'll help us all cook and eat smarter. Join our community where everything we do starts with you.
Well, welcome to Fridge Cam. I'm Jamie and this is Mike.
Today's episode is called Pick the Premium, and we blind taste a whole load of staple ingredients to see if it's worth splashing the cash.
Or whether you should just spend your money elsewhere.
So, in front of you, you have two cloches. Barry, in front of you, you have cloche number 1. Jamie, you have cloche number 2. There are the same ingredient under each cloche, but a different version, a cheap version and a premium version. We'd like you to sniff, taste, eat, and try both products, and then pick the premium.
Okay.
Make sense?
Is this a competition?
Yeah. Would you like to lift your cloches?
Kapow. Oh.
So you have a little dish in front of each of you, and in the middle, if you'd like to feel, you have, no, to the middle. Yeah, Jay's on it. Barry's still not going to the middle. There we go. Okay guys, you have some bread in the middle.
Come find my hand. Here, look.
Cheers.
Olive oil.
Olive oil.
Absolutely correct. Jay, number 2 is in front of you. So why don't you try that comparison?
Oh. What was that? What are you doing to that?
I would say that I am getting far less flavour.
It's almost cleaner.
Yeah.
Number 1 had almost had a burn to the end of it as well. It tasted more like olives.
Is this in a positive way?
Yeah, it's more of it's giving more sensations.
Okay, so we're going to come clear down, and then we'd like you to make your choices. Okay, boys, right, D-mask.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, nice to see you.
And now you can scribble on your board which one you think is the premium. All we're asking you to do is pick the premium.
Okay, so if you'd like to reveal in 3, 2, 1. Number 1.
Also, Barry's used letters. Well done.
Oh, you're practicing.
Oh, great.
So you are both correct. You can lift up the cloche and have a look. The one under number 1 is a
look at that.
premium extra virgin olive oil. It is not only the first press, but it is the first harvest. The other one is a more standard supermarket olive oil. Perfectly good, but very different in price.
They serve 2 very different purposes. I always have a premium extra virgin just for finishing off a salad. I have a lot of salads, and then I have a huge amount of just normal olive oil that I use for frying and everything.
Typically, you wouldn't want to heat the extra virgin olive oil. It has a lower smoke point, which means you're going to lose all of those extra flavours, the fruitiness, the bitterness, the pepperiness, all of that quality that you're paying for, because you're going to burn it and it's going to come acrid. Yeah, good spot. You both got that one right.
Nice.
But we're against each other, don't forget that.
Okay. 1-1.
What do you think the price difference is?
Oh.
The average one that you might buy in a supermarket works out at £5 per litre.
£10.
Twice the price.
Yes, twice the price.
20 quid.
£70.
That is unbelievably premium.
£70?
Not for that, for a litre, but yes.
Well, yeah, sure.
If you are going to drizzle, dip, dress with an extra virgin olive oil, then do pay a bit more for it. It will be more expensive, and look after the premium by storing it correctly. So it should be stored in a cool, dark, dry place.
Three, 2, 1.
Wow.
Same as usual, 1 is premium, 1 is not.
Oh, it's a warm bowl.
You start with Barry's, just as you did before.
Is that
What do you mean, is that? It's pretty obvious, isn't it?
tomato soup?
It's a fairly classic homemade tomato sauce, onion, garlic sweated off, and a little bit of olive oil. Then we've seasoned it. We've added a tin of tomatoes, a little bit of white wine, reduced it down with a plume of basil, and blended it.
It was actually quite a sweet,
It was sweet. That's why I thought it was soup.
but it was lovely.
I really liked it.
Along the lines of fair testing, I've done identical, but with a different tin of tomatoes.
Yeah, which way's the spoon? What are you
It's
in the
actually
way?
stressful to see whether they get it in their mouth before it spills all over them.
The first one's a lot sweeter.
Where did you put the first one?
Oh dear, this is getting confusing.
Are you an only child?
I think my favourite, and the one I think is premium, is different.
Interesting. Well, we'll clear up. Okay, boys, unblindfold.
Pick the premium.
So in 3, 2, 1.
One, uno,
You have both picked the premium.
Hey!
Lift the
Have we
cloth.
really?
Both are 400 grams in a tin tomatoes. However, the premium one, number 1, are cherry tomatoes. They are found in the hills of Italy, just outside Sorrento. The other tin is found on the bottom shelf of the supermarket in their value basic range.
Ebba's here is going to tell you the price of the cheap one. And we're going to see if you can guess the price of the expensive one.
45 pence.
So I've only ever bought the cheap tomatoes in the supermarket. I have made a cherry tomato sauce, and it is a lot sweeter, but I would never put them in the same bracket again. Cherry tomatoes by weight are a lot more expensive.
I buy chopped tomatoes because I'm putting them into other things, like a sauce, like for pasta, or they're going into a chili, or they're going into something else. I've never opted to buy the expensive ones because I'm going to be masking the flavours with onion and garlic and anything else that I'm going to be putting into that dish.
Price, what do you reckon?
So if that was 45p, I reckon that's £1.20.
I reckon that's more like £5.
For a 400 gram tin of...
Oh no, I'm thinking of buying in a pack, aren't I?
Just divided by 4, it's about £1.20.
£1.20.
So the premium tomatoes are £2.40 for a single tin. So although it doesn't sound like the most
Sorry, I was
extortionate,
closer.
it is 5 times the price. Would you say the tomato sauce was 5 times as good? Would you spend more on your tin tomatoes or not?
No and no.
You're getting the idea now? You can both decloche.
3, 2, 1, pow.
Pow! Ow! Oh. It's pea.
All I've done is the same to both. I've boiled them in slightly salted water and then tossed them in some black pepper butter and a few mint leaves that have wilted into the butter. So they should be nicely seasoned both, but
Chef them.
He can't leave anything alone, can he?
try the second bowl.
Somehow. Oh, these are bigger.
They're a lot sweeter, not as crunchy.
These second ones are like little pockets of flavour and they burst in your mouth. They're like delicious peas, whereas the first ones, they're a bit crunchy.
Are you close enough to make a decision if we recloche and give you a board?
I am...
Yes.
Yes.
Scribble down, pick the premium.
Pick the premium. Nope. 3, 2, 1.
Zwei.
Oh.
The thing that I'm thinking is that number 2 were fresh peas, and I think number 1 might be frozen peas, and that frozening process has removed
Baz, do you want to...
No, I'm not going to rise to it.
has removed flavour and nice texture.
You can now lift the cloche and reveal for yourself the premium is number 1. Now, in this instance, they are different products. You're right, we have compared fresh with frozen, and we have said that the fresh are premium purely based on price per kilo.
The reason I thought these were premium is because I love cheap peas.
Fresh peas probably aren't as fresh as the frozen peas. So frozen peas are frozen often in the field within hours of being picked, and therefore they retain that sweet freshness. Whereas fresh peas, especially at this time of year, because they are not fresh British peas, they are going to be days old by the time you get them. The only thing you lose with them, texture-wise, is the freezing process starts to break down, like with frozen berries that are mushier than fresh berries.
I would have assumed that fresh would be better.
£2.75 a kilo.
Double it.
Yeah, because you don't buy a kilo of fresh peas, you buy those little packets like this, and they're still like
£2.
So actually, yeah, £5 is probably not far off. £5 a kilo.
£10.50 a kilo. So, you know, there's quite a lot more.
Why do we frown upon frozen stuff when that technology is fantastic from taste and food waste?
Sack off the fresh peas, and I'm going to go for frozen peas.
Yeah.
As things stand, Barry is currently 2-1 up.
I am.
So, Jay, best you can do is draw this. He also doesn't have any glasses because during the prep of this last one, he was cleaning them and he snapped them, and that's why they're there.
My glasses were dirty, so I took them off to clean them, and then this happened. And they're not the ones that come apart. They're not like Eva's style foldable ones. Whilst it's great that I'm going to be blindfolded for the rest of this video, unfortunately, I also have a day.
Lift the cloche.
3, 2, 1.
Nope, got it. There it is. Woo! Whoa! Someone has been cooking
Someone's
some
been
chocolate.
baking.
Oh,
Oh my goodness.
hang on. What is this?
What is that? Oh, yeah! It's a chocolate fondant.
Absolutely right.
It's really gone.
The plate's gone, but you've still got it next to you if you want it, Baz, because you scooped it off the plate before the plate moved. The next one you have is an identical recipe. It's a sort of chocolate 15-minute fondant. However, we have subbed out the chocolate.
You still,
It's not here. No. It's on
It
the
is there.
table.
I can feel it here.
Okay, damn.
Maybe.
The first one is slightly, ever so slightly more bitter, but I like them equally.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. No mess at all. What are you talking about?
Still can't see.
Pick the premium, draw your number, 1 or 2. No pressure, Jay, but this is to draw. Reveal your numbers in 3, 2, 1. Oh, they've gone different again.
The premium one is number 1. Jamie was right and pulls back to the draw.
Gets it.
That was the toughest one yet.
The first one was more bitter, and I associate bitterness and chocolate with dark chocolate, and dark chocolate carries more of a premium to it.
But more than anything else, you get a lovely fruitiness.
It's almost like
From it.
berries
Yeah.
as you're swallowing it.
In bar form, the difference is quite,
Astonishing.
I was going to say extreme, but I thought it was too much, but yeah, astonishing.
When baked into a fondant, I preferred the normal bar.
And I think it completely depends on what you're going to bake it into. If you're going to bake it into a rich chocolate cake you're going to sandwich between chocolate buttercream, you're going to have all the sweetness. If you're doing it something like this, it's pretty solo chocolate, and if you were to serve it with creme fraiche, maybe you want the sweeter one. If you're going to serve it with vanilla ice cream, maybe you don't. It's all very subjective. The cheaper chocolate was bought as a 200-gram bar, Belgium dark chocolate, 54%, and that was £1.45. So it works out at £7.25 per kilo. The premium one was bought as a 70-gram bar, so a much smaller weight. It is single terroir, which means all of the cocoa comes from the same area. From earth, terroir, and works out at how much per kilo. Given your level pegging on score, closest takes it.
Please reveal in 3, 2, 1.
One is substantially higher than the other. The final price was £107 per kilo. It is very, very premium, well-sourced, eating chocolate.
How much was that bar?
£7.50.
Well done.
Oh, well played. Pulled it back.
But genuinely, I would put this on a similar place to the extra virgin olive oil. I wouldn't cook ever with that premium
We did.
I did for the purpose of this video, and it proved the point. Although it is richer and there is more complexity to it, it's not 15 times better.
What I liked about today was it reminded me of when I first moved out of home and living by yourself, and you suddenly realise where you can and can't save money. Bin bags, don't get the cheap ones. Toilet roll, do not get the cheap ones. But everything else falls into this kind of quagmire of in between, should I, shouldn't I? But doing an exercise like this and being able to tell, well, actually, no, I don't need to go for the mid-range tomatoes. I can go for the cheap tomatoes because I'm going to do 20 different things with them, which is going to make them taste great anyway. I'd love to do more of these because I feel like we've only covered 4.
Don't be handcuffed by the preconceptions of premium.
Well, shock, horror. It turns out that more money doesn't necessarily mean a better product.
Send us more of your ideas and we'll get to blind taste testing them and see if we can all be a little bit smarter with our money when it comes to purchasing ingredients.
This is the kind of thinking that we're trying to put into our Meal Packs app so we can create shopping lists for you that help your meals go further.
And loads of you are already using it, so please carry on sending us your thoughts.
Can I tell a dad joke?
Yeah.
Went to the bank the other day to get a loan for my new small bakery business. Bank manager said, "What's your turnover?" I went, "Well, my favourite's Apple." It's about money.
If you're looking to buy less and cook more, check out the Packs app. It's just one of the tools used by loads of you around the world as part of the Sorted Club. Members are also discovering and sharing restaurant recommendations using the Eat app, listening and contributing to our Feast Your Ears podcast, and giving us inspiration for new cookbooks received throughout the year. It's all included, so check out Sorted membership by heading to sorted.club. And now a blooper.
Can you still taste pee?
Yeah, a little bit. I've got a little bit of penis in there.